Aries, something needs to end so that you can move on or someone else can move on. This is either all your energy or this is something that you need to know about someone around you. There is a need to take action towards eliminating negative energy and being open to new life changes and new opportunities. It may involve career and stuff to do with money, finances, assets, and resources. Because what came out of the solar system is Vesta, Virgo, and the second house. Aries is at the bottom of the deck. That's you. Some of you might be dealing with another Aries or a Virgo. Some of you have Virgo in your chart. Vesta is the goddess within and your sacred spiritual center and your quiet dignity. It's kind of like strength in the tarot where like things might not be easy. It might not be easy for you to bite your tongue. You or someone else is going to try to be very dignified at this time. And someone is working very hard right now in mid-month as well. The energy is dutiful. It's humble. It's hesitant. It's discriminating and diligent, but it has like a painstaking air to it. And there's this focus on the second house. That's your assets, your finances, the things that you place value on. She might be working really hard towards buying a home, a new car. I'm hearing something about home improvements, car repairs, or someone's thinking about their access to resources. Because the second house, spiritually, the second house is really about how our earning potential and our access to resources that will allow for earning potential is very much wrapped up in how we, very much a part of how we see ourselves on planet Earth. Someone's working really hard to get what they want, but being kind of quiet and reserved. And I feel like someone's been working really hard doing something that they're not thrilled with doing. That could be you or it could be someone around you, but it is time to take action. Because when Aries comes in, y'all know this is you. You're spontaneous and you're dynamic and you're impulsive. Crusading impulsive action is likely right now, but that's the catalyst or the challenge. Like if someone wants to start to see, the fruits of their labor, they're really going to have to take action and prove it like they mean it. And when Aries comes out, there's a lot of Mars energy. There's a desire for new beginnings. I feel like someone wants to start a new beginning to make money and finances better. They've been kind of quiet about it. You've been kind of quiet about it. They wanted me to use the Wisdom of the Tao, Volume 2 for the fire signs. What they have to say for you, Aries, is something is not meant to be. You need to make a decision to move on. If you do that, you could eliminate negative energy. So someone needs to move on. Someone needs to make a decision once and for all and believe in themselves. They need to strive for a bigger purpose. The future could be better even when it's not in view. Something isn't meant to be. Yeah, and I like what this card says. Self-pity and diminished self-esteem will only obscure your view of what is to come. Someone's afraid to make a decision to move forward. But and I think that they're afraid that it will be unpleasant to have to sever a connection that has a negative influence. It's like they want to detox and declutter. You want to do that, but that when you do that, it might be difficult. And it just like all of the oracle decks are all talking together. Get over your limiting beliefs. The situation is calling for you to reprogram your belief system. Parting ways. It may be time to move on from a person or a situation and have a career transition. Your soul is yearning for a career aligned with passion and with purpose. Good God, it has to align with passion and personal purpose. And then you guys get so excited. You really do. But either you or someone else, it's very clear that something isn't meant to be. Ways have to be parted. Some of you have been really working hard in a situation because you thought it would be lucrative. You thought it would be good for you financially, but I think you want more or someone really wants more. Overall energy of the reading is the devil. The way you or someone else might be feeling is the Nine of Swords. You're being seen as the Nine of Pentacles. What you need to know or your advice is the Seven of Swords. And the final outcome is the Eight of Swords with the Moon here. Trying to be calm. Someone's feeling negative, they're worried, they're not sure what the future holds. What do I do next? I need to make a practical choice. Let me think about it. Let me be smart with the Queen of Swords here. Someone is looking for something new. A new beginning, maybe a new home. New job, new home, new everything. I also heard for any entrepreneurs, like a new storefront or working in a new place. You are anxious here. Someone's anxious with the Nine of Swords. Some of you have a person around you, Aries, that is really, really stuck. And they see you as doing really well. And they're like, I want to come into alignment with the things that Aries has, but I don't. This person might have a lot of pride and they don't want to tell you what they're really going through. They may be keeping secrets from you and they don't quite know how they're going to move forward. For some of you, Aries, this is your partner. It might be one of your children, an adult child or a friend, someone that you care about. Could be a romantic partner, or a lot of you, this is all you. You're feeling kind of stuck somewhere. So take it as it resonates for you. With the devil, poor Capricorn, their card is the devil. It could just be a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. There could be a Capricorn around you. Maybe you have Capricorn in your chart. Capricorns will climb a mountain. So if any of you have Cap in your chart, Capricorn wants abundance and they will work really hard for it. But sometimes they can get a little stuck in their ways, or like they'll beat a dead horse. Like they'll put so much energy into something without even realizing that it's like not really making them happy. Because I feel like that's what's happening here. The Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Hermit, Capricorn and Virgo here. Either you or someone around you is feeling really stuck. There's a lot of competitive energy for you or someone else. Like people just not really getting along. It could be worse, but it could be so much better. And someone's sort of stuck to that. They won't move on from that. But they're thinking, now they're searching their soul and thinking about it. And that could be you, that could be someone else. So it's like, gosh, it's like things aren't horrible, but I do feel kind of stuck. Watch out for being a perfectionist. Watch out for workaholism. Well, I'm also hearing someone needs to not be so controlling and say, fine, I'll just do everything on my own. Because you people are too busy competing with each other, fighting. What am I even doing here? Why am I stuck in this bullshit? Why am I even doing this? Someone's thinking that, or you're thinking that. And the way they're feeling or the way you're feeling is the Nine of Swords, stressed out and worried. Someone might be having nightmares too, with the devil and the Nine of Swords here, like seeing things, having bad dreams, bad memories coming back to haunt someone, or just anxiety, like worry. That's worry. Even a little bit of shame and guilt. Look how she's covering her face like it's, God, this is stressful. Clarifying it though is the Star, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Okay. I feel like if this is you, Aries, you're like, I just want to free myself from this feeling. I do not want to be anxious and stressed out. I want better for myself. I want more. I feel like the Star is like, often it's Aquarius, and it's about breaking old patterns that no longer serve us, letting go of what's antiquated and no longer working. That's what Aquarius really brings. And like realizing, like, don't give up hope. There, you could find something better. You can free yourself from all of this if you let go of your ego and your limiting beliefs and allow yourself to move towards a higher purpose. Someone might not be really sure what that is yet with the Page of Wands, but they're looking for the inspiration. Someone's looking for the inspiration of the Star, and just sort of in a place of transition. I don't have to be stuck. I want better. I'm going to open up. I'm going to try a few new things, but I'm going to take my time. I don't need to move quickly. I haven't found that thing yet. Someone's kind of worried. Maybe they haven't found their thing. They haven't found that opportunity. Like it could be worse, but it could be so much better. Wanting that feeling of renewal and happiness and being popular and feeling like you're more in alignment with something that's better for you. Because something isn't meant to be, like something isn't working out for someone, but they can't move forward, or you can't move forward until you get past those limiting beliefs. I feel like someone's really, really good at putting up with a lot of shit. It's either you or them, especially if you have Capricorn or Virgo in your chart. You won't complain. You'll just work really hard, but wishing for better, wishing for more. Now you're being seen as the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you, you're like, screw this. Like what I'm doing isn't making me happy. This isn't meant to be. I see myself as doing well, or someone sees you as doing well. Okay. And it's like, we've got to be open to all the opportunities that will bring in that wealth and self-sufficiency and abundance. Spirit saying you're at a crossroads. You cannot ignore your own best judgment. Like you have to make a decision moving forward that feels right to you. And I also think spirit is trying to alert someone to their path. Like you need to look for the path that will lead to the self-sufficiency, the second house that will lead to abundance, money, assets, resources, being able to do really well. So again, I feel like that some of you have a person around you that's gotten themselves good and stuck. Sometimes they open up to new ideas, but every time they do, that makes them worried. Like they're almost afraid to look for that new path. But Spirit's like, you have to start looking. Like you can daydream and rest on your laurels and daydream about these different avenues that will lead to abundance, but you got to listen to your own soul and find the path that will help you move forward towards that abundance. You're trying, or this person's trying, but here's what you need to know, or your advice. The Seven of Swords. Tricky, tricky. Someone's feeling insecure. Clarifying this is Temperance, Strength, and the Seven of Swords again. Some of you are going to have to keep a lot to yourself and stay one step ahead of everybody else. Some of you need to hear the advice with the Seven of Swords twice. You need to just take your shit and go. You're not going to be able to be yourself in this situation. Don't let anybody steal your ideas or anything either. You just need to slip out on your own away from this and have strength of character. Don't say too much. With Temperance coming out of Sagittarius, it's like with Leo and Sag, it's like be the bigger person, turn a blind eye, not a blind eye, but like turn the other cheek, give bullshit and competition and drama the cold shoulder, and just get away from this situation and find a better path for yourself, even if it's worrying you, even if you don't think it'll happen. But I feel like someone else is trying to pretend everything is okay when it's really not. Someone is saying, like, I can't be my real self here. I'm just going to try to hang on and be strong and act like everything's fine, but it's kind of not. Because the final outcome is the Eight of Swords. 8 and 9 of Swords. So right now, you, Aries, or maybe this person, if you're not feeling this way and it's them, this is not solution focused. Like someone's all trapped in their head and they have to see something and they can't see it. Every time they try to see it, they just overthink the shit out of it and they get stuck in their head. Clarifying this is the Hanged Man, Pisces, the World, and the Four of Pentacles. Some of you feel like you're stuck in a situation. It's like something's ending, you know it is, but there's not an ace here. You haven't found that new thing. There's an Ace of Pentacles here with an Ace of Swords, and it could bring in stability. But here's that Nine of Swords again. Like there's a worry about moving forward and just not sure if things will work out, feeling emotional and moody about it. Some of you are like, what am I going to do here? Like, I have to be careful. I have to save every pentacle I have. I have to have stability. Some of you have a person around you that just won't admit that they're unhappy. They're not doing well. They do need to find a new path for themselves because what they're doing just isn't meant to be, but they're worried about how to move forward. They haven't had that breakthrough idea yet, or you haven't either. So, and I think that someone, if this isn't your energy, it's theirs. Someone does feel kind of stuck. They may be far away from you as well with the world, and they just have to be really careful with their money. They hold back. They hold back and hold on. Someone needs to be careful with money and finances. Also, some of you see better for yourself. And I feel like you don't trust any of the people around you maybe either. But if there is someone in the environment, this is their energy. They see themselves as death. They could have Scorpio in their chart, and there's nothing subtle about Scorpio. I have some Scorpio in my chart. Life and life cycles are very dramatic for us, okay? Endings are like annihilation and rebirth. So this person sees themselves as death itself, an ending and an annihilation that will bring a new beginning. But the way they feel is the Two of Swords. The choice is theirs. This could even be a projection of you into the environment, okay? Like your future self. Like what will happen if you don't listen to the inner calling. But it's like with the Two of Swords and someone's actions being the Four of Cups, it's like, do I end it? Do I not? I have emotional stability here, but I have to make a decision. They're kind of at an impasse maybe. But this ending and transformation has been going on for a while with them, Aries. It's been a long time coming too. It doesn't happen, the transformation isn't happening quickly for them. It's not the Tower, it's death, which is slower. And they look like they're pondering what they want. That's why a lot of the oracle messages, I'm like, you know what? This might be for the person around them. You know, someone in your life that's like, I want to do better for Aries, with Aries. It could be a family member, a partner, or an ex, or, you know, someone that's about to be an ex and they're just not quite sure how to move forward. They're not quite sure what to do. That's a general malaise, the emotional reevaluation station. And I always clarify the action card, but I wanted to know, like, oh, they're hesitating about a decision. They're kind of being a stick in the mud at the moment. They're not sure what to do. And the reason why is they're afraid they're going to get hurt, or they just can't move forward. Clarifying this is the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like someone's in a dead-end job or something like that, Aries. Like they work really hard. They might even work while they're injured, or like they're a workaholic to ignore the pain that they're in. They don't want to admit that something is ending, maybe, or transforming. It's like all they know how to do is do what they are doing. They might be trying to work off a painful ending as well. But they're going to keep at it. Yeah, they're going to keep at something, Aries. They're going to get just a little bit of money, a little bit of help. They're going to keep at it and think about the future. You know, if someone's trying to come towards you and they're hesitating, it's just because they don't know how to do it different than they're doing it right now. They think about doing things differently, but they can't get themselves out of this pattern. They're going to keep doing what they're doing because they're getting just enough. I feel like someone has, like, they live paycheck to paycheck or something like that. And you don't feel, it's like you, yeah. This might be the people you work with too, and you're like, why am I doing this? I deserve better. I feel like some of you are in charge of quite a bit though. Like you have a lot of responsibility too, because the way you see yourselves right now is the Ten of Wands, Aries. I always say the same thing when this card comes out. Aries, are you asking your kids to help you carry in the groceries? You're not a one-person army, you know that? Like, you're not a cyborg. Like, do you need help? Also, you're like, you can't see me. It's like, I'm just doing my work. This heavy cycle for me is almost complete. I'm just doing what I got to do. Watch out for, like, burying your head in the sand as well. Like, you're feeling emotional. Things are not as they seem for you. Like, there's a heavy emotion here. You're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But then your action is the Empress. And I'm like, oh. Some of you have a lot of responsibility. This Knight of Pentacles might be like an employee of yours or something, or a coworker. I mean, it could be a partner that's just like working really hard. Now, I don't know that you're like sitting on your ass and doing nothing. I feel like some of you are like the manager, or like you're the empress of the whole goddamn kingdom right now. You have a lot of responsibilities. You're trying to be creative. You're trying to be compassionate. The empress comes up with like really creative solutions. She's kind. She's not mean. She's a good leader, a creative person as well. Some of you have Taurus or Libra in your chart. And it's like you can't just walk away from all this either. I also am hearing that you can't rescue a person, but you can rescue yourself. You might have gotten very, like, you have high expectations of yourself with the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. You want a beautiful life. You want to do well financially. You have this mothering, creative energy, a giver of life, a bringer of life. But it's like, this is a lot on you. But underneath this is the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. With the Queen of Cups and the Moon, some of you have Pisces in your chart. Maybe your dreams are a little dashed right now. I do sense that you're emotional and feeling somewhat sad. I'm hearing, but I just have to do what I have to do right now. And the Queen of Cups isn't even seeing this Ace of Wands right here with the Page of Pentacles. Some of you feel like you could do something new with someone else. It could be a woman. Like you could develop something It could be a good business idea. I'm also hearing something about fertility or a lack of fertility for you or someone else. I'm also hearing some of you might have a little bit of postpartum depression. Some of you might be there's something maybe happening with feminine reproductive cycles, like postpartum menopause. There's just a moodiness right now. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, Aries. Make sure you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. Also, if you're feeling hormonal and moody, and it's like blocking you up and keeping you from examining like fun new ideas, new things to develop. Like you might not be able to see those because you're not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough help. This Queen of Cups could be a person that could come in and help you, but you have to explore that with them. Take a look at that with them. Make sure you're taking like folic acid and your magnesium and your calcium and your vitamins and stuff and getting sleep, because you look stressed out and tired, and there's this new opportunity coming in for you as well, potentially, but it's like you can't see it right now. You don't have time mid-month to hang on to that. Either that or you're just stressed out about your mother or a Libra or a Taurus. It's like you can't see the new beginnings. I was like, wow, that's tough. And it's like you and another person might be trying really, really hard to work something out. And money is important for one of you, maybe both of you, and doing well. Someone just needs to find that better path for themselves. And I was like, all right, well, what's your advice for Aries? The first card that came out was gentleness. You guys frequently need to hear this card because you've got those fiery, passionate personalities. Sometimes you can like beat the crap out of yourself. Or sometimes I hear Aries be really mean to themselves. You'll be really hard on yourselves sometimes. You get over it quickly, but you're hard on yourself, I notice sometimes. So the Spirit's saying, be gentle. Be kind to yourself right now and to others right now. Honor your gentleness and speak words of love. For some of you, you can't do something for a person because the Empress and the Queen of Cups, they're busy being in charge. They can't come and do it for somebody else right now. You have to wait for them to figure out their shit and then come to you. You might look for a new idea to help this, like you might look for a new idea for this person out of love, but I almost feel like you think you can't really help a person. Spirit saying, just speak words of love and be gentle to yourself and to other people. But then the anger card came out. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions because they are sacred. Okay, Aries, if you've been playing Mr. or Miss Nice Guy or Nice Girl, Spirit saying, look, if you're mad about something, don't ignore that. Anger is a really valid emotion. You just have to express it in a constructive and safe way. Anger can be a positive force if you process it. Like if you're mad about something, if someone's mad about something, they need to get mad about something. This may be advice that you need to tell someone else that you care about. Like, look, you can keep looking for new little things, but then like not taking any action. You're miserable where you are. You know you are. You can lie to me all you want. I know you're barely hanging on. I know you're barely making ends meet. Like maybe it's time for you to get angry about something. This may be advice that you need to give to someone else, Aries. Like it's time to get mad. Okay. But if you're feeling anger, you need to feel it and acknowledge it. And then also freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence and passion. Do what excites you. Get fired up about life. Increase your energy levels. Some of you, I'm telling you, some of you are in this scenario where it's like misery loves company. There's something better, Aries. Someone's in a misery loves company situation. There's something better, okay? Choose freedom. Tell this person to choose freedom. Because you're meant to be freeing yourself from a situation that's not meant to be. If you can get over these limiting beliefs and just part ways, you could have a really important transition in your life. It could even involve career, and it will lead to positive life changes. Like you don't need to stand here and suck it up. Like I feel like Vesta and Virgo is just like sucking it up and working their ass off. Virgo does that, and so does Vesta. They will suck it up. They'll work their ass off because they care really. They're very focused on these assets, but it's like someone can't catch a break here. Look for something new. If somebody here lets go of what they no longer need or what's not getting them anywhere, then the new opportunities will open up. You got to pick that path though and get out of your head, or they do. Okay, someone needs to hear that. They're pulling back and they're telling me to stop. I felt like this was an important message. I'm glad I delivered it to you guys today. Okay, Aries.